Welcome to the darkness, where shadows whisper ancient secrets. Tonight, we tune into a frequency that should have remained dead forever. The radio crackled to life at exactly 2:17 in the morning. Evan was not asleep when the noise began. He was lying on the couch in his small desert house, staring at the ceiling fan as it turned slowly. Insomnia had been his faithful companion for years, especially since he took the lonely overnight maintenance job at the station. The radio on the table was old, perhaps too old. It was a unit left behind by the previous owner. Evan never used it. It was just debris of the past. So when it turned on by itself, he froze. His first thought wasn't fear, but pure confusion. Static hissed through the speaker, slicing the silence of the empty room. Then a voice pushed its way out of the static. It asked a question that hung heavy in the air. "Is anyone out there?" the voice asked. Evan sat up straighter. CB radios did not work like that anymore, surely. Not out here. Not this far from town. The signal should be dead. He leaned closer to the glowing device. "Hello?" the voice said again from the speaker. "Please respond?" Something about the tone felt wrong to his tired ears. It was too clear, too close. It sounded like someone was standing right inside the room, hidden within the box. Evan reached for the power switch to kill the noise. Before he touched it, the radio spoke to him again. "Evan, don't turn it off," the voice commanded. His blood went cold instantly. No one knew his name out here. He stepped back from the table, his heart racing. "This isn't funny," he said, his voice dry and cracking slightly. The radio crackled, almost like a laugh. "I am not trying to scare you," the voice replied with calm. "I am trying to warn you." "Warn me about what?" Evan didn't ask. He already felt the answer arriving. A sensation of dread crawled up his spine like an insect. The air in the room grew unnaturally heavy. "You are not supposed to answer at night," the voice continued. "That is how it finds you, in the dark." The lights flickered overhead. The electricity hummed with an unstable rhythm, reacting to the presence of the incoming signal. Evan grabbed his phone. No signal, no bars, just the time glowing faintly on the screen. 2:19 a.m. "What finds me?" he whispered into the gloom. Silence answered him at first, thick and oppressive, filling his lungs. Then came the breathing. Slow, wet, right against the microphone. It sounded like something dying or something very hungry. "It is listening now," the voice said softly. "You should not have acknowledged me." The warning hung in the air. The radio clicked sharply. Another voice came through the speaker. This one was different. This one was terrifyingly familiar. This one sounded exactly like Evan. "Hello?" it said. "Is anyone there?" It was a perfect recording of his fear. Evan staggered back, nearly tripping over the couch. His mind raced, trying to reject the reality of the sound. "That is not me," he said aloud, though he wasn't sure why he felt the need to say it. The radio voice, his voice, laughed. "Of course it is you," it replied. "Who else would be awake now?" The lights went out instantly. Darkness swallowed the room whole, leaving only the pale moonlight slicing through the blinds. The radio remained on. Static filled the house like falling sand, a constant white noise in the black void. From somewhere behind him, Evan heard footsteps. They were not coming from the radio, they were in the room. Slow, bare, approaching. The sound of skin sticking slightly to the floorboards echoed in the silence of the house. Evan wanted to turn around, but fear rooted him to the spot. His heart hammered against his ribs like a drum. The radio crackled again, and the first voice returned, panicked now. It sounded desperate, pleading with him to listen. "Don't answer it," the voice pleaded. "If it hears you respond directly, it can replace you. It takes your place." The footsteps stopped just inches behind Evan. He stood paralyzed, sensing the solid mass of something standing right there. He could feel breath on his neck. It was cold, rotten. It smelled of old earth and stagnant air. "Evan," the thing whispered behind him. Why are you ignoring yourself? The voice was a perfect mirror of his own. The radio spoke one last time, a dying ember of hope. Whatever you do not answer. Do not speak. Evan opened his mouth. The urge to scream, to deny, to speak was overwhelming. His will began to crumble. The relay station reported interference that night. Strange signals looping endlessly on abandoned channels, echoing across the empty desert sands. Technicians noted anomalies in the logs, spikes in frequency that defied explanation, patterns that looked like speech but weren't. At 2:17 in the morning, a voice began broadcasting again, but the house was empty. Evan was gone. The radio clicked on. It sounded calm. It sounded human. It sounded exactly like the man who used to live here. It said, "Is anyone out there?" The message looped into the night, waiting for the next listener to tune in. The signal travels far, reaching out to the lonely and the awake. It searches for those who listen too closely. Evan wasn't asleep when it happened, and now perhaps he never sleeps at all. He has become part of the static. The ceiling fan turns, slicing the darkness, but the pieces do not fit back together. The reality here has shifted. If you ever hear a voice call your name from the static, remember Evan. Remember the rule of the night. Do not answer. Do not acknowledge. The moment you speak back, you invite the darkness to step into your skin. The time remains frozen at 2:19. The loop is closed. The relay station continues to broadcast the warning. The desert hides many things: buried bones, lost cities, and frequencies that act as doorways for things that have no form. The radio is just a box of wires and plastic, but in the right silence, it becomes a bridge. Did Evan answer? Or did the silence take him anyway? The answer lies somewhere between the static and the voice. Static hissed through the speaker. It is the sound of the universe forgetting you. It is the sound of replacement. When the hand touches your shoulder, it is already too late. The bargain has been struck. The exchange is complete. The thing that wears your face will not know your friends. It will not know your love. But it knows your voice. The lights go out. The story ends. But the broadcast continues. It drifts on the wind, looking for a new receiver. Somewhere, a driver turns a dial. Somewhere, a lonely night watchman gets bored. They are searching for a connection. They find a channel that should be empty. They hear a voice that sounds clear, too close. "Hello?" they ask, and the darkness answers back. It knows their name. It knows they are alone in the dark. It is not the machine that is haunted. It is the frequency itself, a wavelength reserved for the shadow people. So tonight, if you find yourself awake at 2:17, keep your radio off. Keep your silence. Keep your soul. Because if you ask if anyone is out there, you might get an answer. And it will be the last thing you hear. They are waiting in the white noise. They are hungry for a voice to mimic. They are hungry for a life. The house stands empty, or perhaps it is full of things we cannot see. The desert keeps its secrets well. Signals travel forever. They do not die. They just wait for an antenna to catch them, for a listener to invite them in. Evan is gone, but the voice remains. It is recording this right now. It is listening to you right now. Can you hear it? The breathing behind you. Don't turn around. Just listen to the story and stay in the light. This has been a glimpse into the void, a warning from the frequency of the lost. We hope you were listening. When you go to sleep tonight, ensure your devices are off. If you hear your name, pretend you are already asleep. Darkness is only scary when you know you are not alone in it. And you are never truly alone, are you? The signal is fading now. The connection is breaking. But the entity has found a new frequency. Maybe it is yours. Thank you for watching Shadow Tales Teller. Sleep well, if you can. And remember, some calls are best left unanswered.